Let's talk markets now with Victoria Fernandez, Chief Market Strategist at Crossmark Global Investments. Your base case, Victoria, has been kind of a soft landing or at least a mild recession. Anything change in that view, given we had retail sales today and we had the jobs number last week, CPI? Anything change? Is that still your base case?
Yeah, Joe, it's still our base case because we think all these numbers that have come out over the last 4 or 5 days actually support the idea of having a mild recession. You still have recession indicators out there. You've got M2 money growth slowing, you've got the inverted yield curve, you've got a Fed that's saying higher for longer, but at the same time you have an economy that is supportive enough in order to keep us from going into a deep recession. So we still believe a mild recession is going to be where we end up. That has been somewhat of an out of consensus call versus the market over the last couple of weeks, which didn't make sense to us. But I think over the last 18 hours after the CPI report and with the retail sales report this morning, it looks like the market now is coming along to join us in that story, anticipating Fed funds futures going a little bit north of 5%.
It's a little bit strange and like a bizarro world. I know you've noticed it, Victoria, but the more strength that the economy shows, the more likely that the landing could be harder than, because it just forces the Fed's hand. So it's very strange that the economy can sort of hold up pretty well, and that's actually a bad sign long term because it means the Fed stays tighter longer. Is that the way it is, or is it half empty or half full? Should we embrace the strong economy? It lets the Fed tackle inflation without, really hurting the employment picture?
Well, I think you have to be cautious because it is a double-edged sword. You're exactly right in the sense that as things continue to do well, as the consumer, their balance sheet is strong, as corporate balance sheets are strong, then you have a way in the labor market obviously being strong, then yes, that's telling the Fed, look, the Fed wants to dampen demand. It's not happening. Retail sales is a perfect example. The consumer is still out there. So if you want to crush demand in order to bring inflation down, then these positive numbers that normally we would be celebrating are telling us the Fed and other central banks, it's not just the Fed, are going to continue to go stronger. And I mean, you look at some of the underlying numbers in that CPI report, Joe, goods prices, if you take out used cars, goods prices actually went up 0.5% for the month. That's not what people were expecting. And same thing, y'all were talking about airline prices. Airline prices were down 2%, which is what kept services where they were. I don't think anyone expects that to continue. I could have gone to Europe cheaper than I'm having to pay to bring my daughter home from New York for spring break. So I think prices are going to continue to move a little bit higher. All of this feeds into the fact Fed's going to continue to move higher. You need to have a balanced portfolio and be tactical in your moves.
We got about a minute left. So when we were at 35 and change on the S&P, 3,200 didn't look too far away, but we've had a pretty solid beginning to this year. We're back to over 4,100 on the S&P, and 3,200 looks very far away, although we had a strategist on yesterday. That's his case. Do you think we see new lows and have a bad 2023 would be as bad as 2022? Is that what you're expecting? And a quick answer here, Victoria.
I don't think we're expecting as bad as last year. We're expecting a pretty flat year. And for that, have some cyclical, have some staples in your portfolio, really have that balanced outlook, because we're just going to be choppy, I think, for most of the year. Add a little fixed income to get some yield in your portfolio, and you should be able to ride it out.
All right, Victoria, thank you. And we will watch for the mild recession. I guess we could all handle that maybe.